that we have a court order blocking, restricting any government official, any police officer, any kanjo person, any person from the county, any person from the national government, from stepping on your parcel of land. Whatever you do with that information is up to you. From stepping, which means if they step, that amounts to trespass. And you know how you should deal with people who are trespassing on your parcels of land.
Babu Owino, the Member of Parliament for Embakasi East, has vehemently warned Ruto's regime against the demolition of Gikomba market, saying that these persons should be treated as those who have trespassed in one's land. And of course, you know how a person who is trespassing into your land should be dealt with. Anyway, he tells the people how the government chooses to use this information is up to themselves. Let us listen to Babu Owino condemn this.
So we want to warn the government of these games that they are playing with the lives of Kenyans. These Kenyans have worked so hard. These Kenyans wake up very early in the morning on a daily basis just to look for the next meal, just to look for the next school fee. These Kenyans are struggling. But the same Kenyans that you need to protect their inherent interests, you pursue them. You frustrate them. You want to take the little that they have. And as a government, it's quite shameful. The county government of Nairobi, we know that you failed. Do not include these innocent Nairobians in your failing strategy. We will not allow you to take land that privately belongs to these individuals. I want to thank you very much, and I want to tell these residents that we have a court order blocking, restricting any government official, any police officer, any kanjo person, any person from the county, any person from the national government, from stepping on your parcel of land. Whatever you do with that information is up to you. From stepping, which means if they step, that amounts to trespass. And you know how you should deal with people who are trespassing on your parcels of land. Mnanisikia vizuri? Yeah. Court order is saying they should not.
Yes, as you've listened, Babu Owino says amidst a court order to stop the regime from any further development towards trying to demolish the Gikomba market amounts to trespassing in one's land, and he's called for the action he's called for. Remember, Babu Owino is eyeing for the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi County, which has always been highly contested, but no results have ever been seen from the elected governors, right from the era of Kidero to the era of Mike Mbuvi Sonko to the era of Johnson Sakaja. The problems that are within Nairobi just continue piling up, and personally, I could say those are man-made problems. They are artificial problems that could be solved. Well, on the other hand, Rigathi Gachagua, the DCP leader and former deputy president, has also directed his guns blazing towards Ruto's regime, mounting pressure on the same issue of the targeted demolitions of Gikomba market. Now, well, I agree with him that this move is not a good one, because it gives me memories of back then while demolitions were being taken in Kisumu, around Kondele, Migosi, around those areas, and lots of traders got into depression because they knew no other form of business apart from being there. Is that I dislike the tribal trajectory that Gachagua has taken. I don't have any personal issue with Rigathi Gachagua. I do love the way he's been criticizing the government because the things he's been saying is true. But on this one particularly, playing a tribal card on this, yet we know it is a national matter. That is where I draw the line. You understand? Then, let us listen to Rigathi Gachagua as he also gives his weight on the same issue of Gikomba market expected demolition.
We raise issues of humanitarian concerns that are taking the style of targeted ethnic profiling of the Kikuyu, Embu, and Meru communities in Nairobi that is well calculated to rip them off economically by the Kenya National Highways Authority, the Nairobi Governor Sakaja, and William Ruto. I want to say that what is taking place in Nairobi is ethnic profiling that has targeted the people from the Mount Kenya region for destruction, economic ruin, and improved enrichment. The demolitions of Githurai on the night of 18th February targeted members of the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru. Again, on the 5th of March, in Roysambu, brutal demolition took place, again targeted the members of the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru. On 8th March 2026, again, at Uhuru Market, the Mount Kenya traders were targeted. This is persecution of a community, it is ethnic profiling, and it is unacceptable.
Well, I believe there is law whereby it states, even just naturally, if you really want to demolish like a regime, you want to demolish a certain area where these traders are conducting their economic activities day in, day out, and earning livelihood from it. Before you relocate them, first find a suitable place whereby you have to construct that market. You have to put every condition that is necessary and suitable condition necessary for them to conduct their daily economic activities over there. Then, after you are done, relocate them, come, demolish the area, and do whatever project you want to do there. And first, public participation needs to be conducted because the sovereignty of the nation belongs to the people. It is what they say that stands out. Dictatorship has no parallel in this era, especially in the kind of constitution that we have. Unfortunately, we have a president who once said that countries that have developed have followed the dictates of dictatorship, and we as Kenyans don't have the comfort. So to him, dictatorship is comfort, which I beg to differ so much. Anyway, the regime that we are talking about, just the other day, we saw the Auditor General, who is non-partisan, doesn't belong to any party, gave out a report that 60 billion Kenyan shillings have been withdrawn and have been lost from the share contributions. Now, the president himself is saying only a mad person can believe that report, saying that actually they are paying 16 billion approximately to hospitals from the share contribution, something that has never been seen with any regime within the nation. While that might be true, yes, such kind of money has never been disbursed in a week to hospitals. The question here is, are those hospitals in existence? Because earlier on, we saw how much monies were being disbursed to ghost hospitals. 2. Most of the things that the president has said is turned to be a perennial liar. Somebody who keeps on lying and overpromising things that he knows he can't fulfill. Now, this is the first time that the president is coming to actively deny that money has been lost from the consolidated funds. This day I told you that most of the things that Ruto says, just reverse it, do a return of it, an opposite of it, and then that will be the reality.
Forget about the propaganda in the headline of the news that we lost, that some 50 billion can be lost. You know, people are mad. If we lose 50 billion, it means there will be nothing to pay in no hospital. This week alone, we are paying 16.2 billion shillings this week alone for PHC and for SHIF. This week alone.
The Auditor General is not a mad person to come and give us these reports. Even if internal audits, even external audits could be conducted, you will actually find that the monies have been lost. Only that as a president, he wouldn't accept this because he knows this will be incriminating him. And by the way, if they think that the Auditor General is wrong, we have the institutions of law, because that is actually portraying the government in bad taste. They could prosecute her. But why are they not doing that? Because they know blatantly that is the truth on the ground. What's your take? Give me your thought in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dab Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dab Radio ndio mpango mzima.